Again, the principles of animation, the squash and stretch, kind of exaggerating these bits and parts and pieces. Have the circular part, almost two circles together. This is the center line, kind of left it hiding in there. And the eye line placed in there. So now if the circle for the nose was right there, it's being projected or extended out to this section here. And this also would have a center line, just kind of drawing through all of this circular shape. Anything that comes around it would be connected as well. So then once you get the section that you have for the eye line, just kind of building this part up. And the circle going around the eyebrows are actually just an extension, echoing this shape, repeating it, and then the side of the face coming around here. So I need these wrinkles coming back, kind of get concentric as they go back, small to large. Builds that piece together. The nose, a circle piece, finding the center, makes it a triangle, but then it's warped around the edges here to fit. And then right from there is where this kind of a cylindrical end shape shows up, and that's going to have the kind of the feathering section of this character out. So just kind of drawing it behind it. And when he gets into the mouth, the circle with the tongue kind of shadowed with inside there. So a nice thing is to just give the eyes a little bit of highlight there. And then I'll give you this section right there. The ears has the circle part on the near side that you can see. And again, taking this eraser, just kind of folding it over to show this sense of overlap into that crease. And that's what's building this part nice and round, kind of has some of the flares. Any of the fur that comes around the side, just kind of an extension of that. And just kind of building this part up with the ear. And any part that you have that's going through this section. And then just a matter of doing the thin and thick lines, thin at the top. Building this part around it. And then doing the whisker part down below. Here it has a little bit of the collar. So again, just a cylindrical shape coming around it. Circular part with the neck. And then again, the shading, if you go with a form or cross contour, either way it's going to show to help with that, with those values. So here I might put the ear in front, that character. Again, trying to look at the thin and the thick line coming across this. And this arching back onto the center line of the head, for example. So even if you put in too many guidelines, you can always lose them in the shading of that part. A little bit of highlight. And as you do something like this with the highlight, leave a little of the reflected light in there to give it a thickness, kind of a texture. Little circles on the outside. And then again, here's like half the distance for the shading here. Building it off this side. Here's where the light and dark pattern behind the other character that's here can be soft and shaded behind it. And building that up. Again, coming down to the collar, trying to give it a top thickness. Little rivets around the side, or circular semicircles placed down there. And again, this crease again showing it building that from there. Could even put a little secondary tone around these edges. And the texture of this can just emphasize the fur. And that builds up that character. It starts to feel settled in space, a three-dimensional segment that you would get there. And there you have it as a grouping, and then just as an isolated character.